Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So before I get into this video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's here on this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule to life. This video right here is one of my favorite type of videos to do. And this video is going to be on the Amex Platinum card and the Amex Platinum card new update. I'm going to make this video and it's going to come from a subjective point of view. So I'm going on my 5th year of being an Amex Platinum card holder. And I must say, having this card for around 5 years has been a good thing. I really haven't had any complaints about it other than airport lounges and a couple of them reaching near capacity a couple of times. But other than that, in regard to the Amex Platinum card, it has been pretty swift and smooth over the last 5 years. This video is going to be a subjective standpoint, meaning it's my opinion. So we're going to get right into this video, all right? Let's get into it. So as I stated, this video is going to be subjective and it's going to be about what I like and what I dislike. I'm going to talk about what I dislike first. And then after that, I'm going to talk about what I like, really what I love about the cards. So you're going to want to stick around for that. But getting into what I dislike about the card, I went and I reviewed the updates to the card because basically when you're a platinum card holder and you sign into American Express, they put what's new about the card right in your face. Like as soon as you sign in, American Express shows you, hey, your platinum card has been updated. And one things that I noticed is that the Saks Fifth credit stayed at $100 annually. Now, me personally, I've been shopping at Saks Fifth for years, and as of late, Saks Fifth has been charging shipping on certain orders. And that wasn't a thing in the past when I first signed up for my Amex Platinum card nearly 5 years ago. So leaving the credit at $100 annually, $50 every 6 months, I believe that Amex, they could have did a better job of raising that. That is something that I definitely dislike. The fact that they kept that credit at $100. Another thing that I dislike and I'm not a fan of is the Uber credit. Like, yeah, they added $120 for Uber One, but when it comes to the Uber credit, that $200, which is basically 11 months for $15, and then they give you an extra $20 in December. I believe they should have boosted that up to $320 and just wiped out the Uber One credit, or just figured something out in regards to adding the Uber One credit on top of that $320. It would have been very beneficial if Amex did raise the Uber credit. And I'm going to tell you why. One of the reasons I believe they should have raised the Uber credit is because prices are increasing anyway. These past couple of years, prices have been up. So we were spending more and coming out of our pocket regardless. And I use the Uber credit for Uber Eats. I don't use Uber too much as far as transportation, but I use it for Uber Eats. And when it comes to Uber Eats, it's good to get that $15 per month. You can treat yourself at least once a month with that Uber Eats credit, and of course you get the $20 extra in December. But it would have been good if Amex would have raised the credit on that Uber credit. That would have been good, and maybe they could have added in the Uber One credit as well on top of that. And some people are going to come by and say, hey, well, the Uber One credit helps reduce the price in regard to Uber, but I still believe they should have raised the Uber credit. Another credit that they should have taken away and added elsewhere was the Equinox credit. Like a month ago, I was able to go to New York City to the US Open. It was a great experience. And the US Open, I was able to see some great tennis. I was actually able to attend one of the matches with the guy who won the whole tournament, the US Open. But when I was there at the US Open on my flight going back home, I stopped at the JFK Amex Lounge. And some of you may remember I did a review for the Centurion Lounge in JFK Airport. And I stated that it was the best airport lounge ever. And one of the reasons why is because Equinox was in there. And I was surprised to find out that they actually removed it and replaced it with a coffee shop. Now, I don't have anything against coffee and lattes and things like that, but I was just surprised. So seeing that Amex still kept the Equinox credit around, knowing that a lot of people don't have Equinox in their home city. And I know people could say, well, you can have the digital side of it, but if you don't have an Equinox gym in your hometown and you are someone who frequents the gym, more than likely you already have a gym that you attend and that you go to. I can almost guarantee that $300 credit is probably one of the least used credits when it comes to Amex. So I would have liked to see that $300 be used towards something else. Same thing with the Walmart credit for $155. I don't use the Walmart credit, so it's basically just sitting there for me. So I would have liked to see them direct that Walmart credit and allocate those funds elsewhere, maybe to the Uber credit, maybe to the entertainment credit, which is what I'm about to talk about. So Amex, they increased the entertainment credit, and I know some people are excited about that, but if you're an Amex Platinum card holder and you've been using the entertainment credit in previous years, you're probably already aware that the prices rose for Hulu, for Peacock, for just about all of those subscription apps. And with the prices rising, you were coming out of pocket more than likely. I know I was, because I had Hulu and Peacock. So I ended up coming out of pocket on a month-to-month basis. My credit wasn't covering the whole fee. And yeah, they added to it. So now the credit will cover the whole fee. But I would have liked to see them add a little more. That way, maybe you could have added something new, because now they added about 3 or 4 new things as far as what you can subscribe to for the entertainment credit. So those are the things that I dislike. And as I stated, this is from a subjective standpoint. This doesn't have anything to do with whether or not I think it's bad overall for the consumer or for people who are considering getting an Amex Platinum card. These are just my own personal thoughts as an Amex Platinum card holder and someone who has been one for going on 5 years. As far as what I like, we're going to get right into that. So one thing that stood out to me that I do like is the $600 credit for fine hotels and the hotel collection. Now, I made sure every year to use the fine hotel credit. I usually will either stay at Noble or another hotel that's in the fine hotels list. And just them boosting it up to $600, $300 every 6 months is a great thing, because that allows me to do it twice. Before, I was only able to do it once, stay at those hotels, but now you could do it twice. What I love about this credit is the 4 p.m. checkout and being able to use $100 at the hotel. So what I normally do is I would use that $100 towards valet, and then if I'm staying somewhere like Noble, maybe I would go and get something to eat. But let's say you're staying at another fine hotel, you can still use it to get something to eat. You could also use it on room service things as well. So that $100 credit that you get to use during your stay is a great thing, especially if you're staying at a hotel with valet parking or where you have to pay for parking in general. And most of the fine hotels, you're going to end up having to pay for parking. So that comes in clutch. And plus, you also get to eat on the property as well. So that's another great thing. Another thing that I'm a big fan of is a new credit that they added, is the $400 Resi credit. Now, I just signed up for Resi when I went to the U.S. Open, because I was attempting to reserve a spot at the U.S. Open Centurion Lounge for Amex, and it ended up being closed down when I went there, but I ended up signing up for Resi during that time. And I don't use Resi. I just became familiar with Resi recently, and I used to always see it on Amex, but I really paid it no mind. But the fact that they're going to allow you to use $100 quarterly, which means 4 times a year, which is a total of $400, I'm going to become very familiar with Resi. So that's something that I do like. I like to go out. I like to dine. So that $100 credit, that'll come in clutch for me. And they have a lot of restaurants locally for me that I'll be able to choose from. So I'm a big fan of this $400 credit, because it reminds me a little bit of the dining credit that comes along with the Amex Gold card. And I've been waiting for Amex Platinum to do something like this in regard to dining. So I'm glad that they did, because when you think about the Platinum card, you also have the Amex Business Platinum card. And people like to have business meetings over a lunch or over a dinner. So it's good that they did add this. And that's a great benefit that they added. Now, another thing that I'm a fan of, another store that I'm not really familiar with, and don't really shop at is the Lululemon credit. You get $300 annually, $75 quarterly. Now, I could think of something that I can go and get quarterly for that $75, whether it's purchasing a birthday gift or it's purchasing something for the holidays. Either way, I'm going to make sure that I do use that $75. I kind of wish they would have put a credit like this towards that Saks Fifth, because with Saks Fifth is more that you can choose from. Either way, it's good that they add something. I think we all may know someone who does shop at Lululemon or at least considered shopping there. So like I stated, it'd be good for a gift, whether it's for birthdays or a special occasion or holidays. No matter what it is, it'd be good to get that $75 quarterly. So that's one of the new benefits that's added that I do like. Another credit that I do like is the $200 Aura Ring credit. Now, this is something that I have been considering in the past. One of my relatives actually got one recently, and they're an Amex Platinum card holder, so they were a little upset to see that they did add the Aura Ring credit, and they already had got it just about a month or so ago. But this is something that I'm going to consider getting, because it's been something that I've been keeping my eye on, but I was like, hey, I don't really know about it. But since I'm getting this $200 credit, I'm definitely going to use it, and I'm definitely going to look into it. So I am a big fan of them adding this to the card. Of course, you get the clear credit, $200. And of course, you also get the entry to the lounges. Amex says the value of their new benefits that they added are actually $3,500. So it's pretty good, because everyone was complaining about the annual fee increase. We were at $695 before. We're now at $895. That's a $200 increase. But when you think about the credits that they added, those credits are worth more than that $200 that you're going to have for the annual fee increase. So if you're someone out there with the Platinum card and you're considering downgrading, whatever the reason may be, I hope that the annual fee isn't the reason that you're considering downgrading, because it's a $200 hike, but the things that they added outweigh that. Now, to those of you who are considering signing up for the Amex Platinum card, me personally, I believe that you should go with it, because it has been a great card for me. As I stated, I'm going on year 5 of having the Amex Platinum card, and I'm glad they added these benefits. Of course, they still have the $200 airline credit. I would have liked to see them improve the airline credit, because it's a little iffy and sketchy in regard to how you can use the credit and the way that you can use the credit. And even some of the Amex reps are a little confused as to how you can use the credit, because one of them told me I can use the credit for an airport lounge, and then in hindsight they wanted to charge me for it, but they were able to remove it manually because they saw what their rep told me. So there's still a little confusion and iffiness when it comes to that. But other than that, I am happy with these upgrades, and salute to Amex for coming through with these upgrades, because they came in clutch for these upgrades. And I believe that the Amex Platinum card is still a heavy hitter. It always has been. I think pretty soon we'll be seeing upgrades to the gold card, and I know they'll be strong as well, because when it comes to the Platinum card, Amex said it was their biggest upgrade ever, and I know they're going to treat their other metal card, which is the gold card, with the same respect. But I just wanted to make this video and make it from a subjective standpoint. I am an Amex Platinum card holder. I have been for the last 5 years, and it's been good to me. And if anyone was to ask if I recommend it, my answer would be yes. And if anyone was to ask if I'm a fan of the updates to the card, even with the annual fee, my answer is yes. But before you go, I want you to participate in my latest poll. So the way you do so is you're going to go to the homepage on this channel by clicking on my profile picture. It's going to take you to the homepage. Once you're on the homepage, you're going to see a section that says post. Click on that post section. It's going to show you my latest poll as well as my previous polls. Be sure to participate in both. But anyway, if you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. That's clicking on the bell that you see and selecting all. Also, this goes to every single one of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. It lets the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. And yes, you can do it from home. If you're watching it on television, you just use your remote control, go over to the like button and smash it. But anyway, I appreciate all of you for watching. I thank you all for commenting, for hitting the like button below. I want your opinion below. Let me know whether or not you have the Amex Platinum card. What do you think of these updates? Are you considering getting a card? Are you considering letting the card go? Let me know. This is Word of Your Soil. And what's going on? This is Nell from Word of Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.